This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. What's going on, everybody? And thanks, K-Me, before the show there. Alright. Got 5 more days till the end of the month. It's my speaker making that sound there. Yep, so on Discord, Zozo and some other people were talking about this weird case going on out of Detroit, and then there's another person missing in Baton Rouge, just like the other case a couple weeks ago. And then I've got a cold case, and then I don't really know what else we're doing after that. But let's see. I mean, we're getting near the end of the month, and right now I've got 16 notebooks left. If anybody wants to get one of those, for, you know, you send 25 on PayPal, you get one of the red notebooks right here. That doesn't look quite as red as that looks. I mean, I don't know why it has that glow about it on here, but, and then you get a 2 pens and a freak stress ball. All right, but we're getting near the end of the month, and like last night we had a night where it was just really strange. I don't know what was going on, and just got weird almost. So I'm not really sure what to say, but hopefully tonight we can do better. Alright, anyways, let me get to the first case here. Yeah, so this one is Amber Wheeler. And let me get to the right spot. I guess before we get to that, let me get to the Jim Lawn sent in some photographs of, remember the dentist that we went over the whole probable cause document? Hey, thanks Ashy Snow and Vanessa Dance and Swerves. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so Jim Lawn, one of the freaks, he sent in some photographs. So I guess apparently that's the house, right? Well, you can't see shit. Here we go. That's the house right there.
Thanks for all you do, Professor Gray.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Ashy Snow. And thank you, Mag.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Happy Sunday, party face.
So here, this is the guy's house. Not sure what that other house is. Oh, This is a house they used to play music at. He's in a band. This Jim Lawn guy that's in here. So this is a house he used to play music at. And let's see. Let me go to. Just got to go there really fast. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. This is where that house that we're looking at, he used to play band right here. This is the dental office of James Craig. And apparently he used to drive right through this intersection all the time to get to the band house. So probably would have, you know, he was like, wow, I would have sat in traffic with him for that many times, you know. Let's see. And this is the dental office right here, Ponderosa Professional Plaza. That's the dental office that he went in there, and James Craig went in. Remember how he went in there to use the email and on off hours and created an account in there. He's just showing me pictures that he took out there. So here's some. You know, the scenery is pretty good. And then I think he went to a couple bars. He sent pictures. You know, after, when I watched that, look at this right here. I was like, man, I want to eat some of that. You know, I love chicken wings. I'm like a professional chicken wing eater. There is nothing left on the bones when I eat it. I mean, it's literally, you know, the wings, especially this type right here. I don't like the drumettes. I like the middle portion. So what I do with these, I'm not sure why that picture's on the top of the screen there. Hold on, let me get rid of that. Yeah, so what you do is you split it apart with your fingers, the two parts, and then you just put it in between your teeth, and then you pull out, and then boom, you just leave it in there, okay? And then here's Jim Lawn right here. I guess he's still in a new band right now, but he's having a beer, and it's a Dry Dock Brewing Apricot Blonde, all right? So there he is. Boom. You look kind of like a detective or something.
Please give a thumbs up. Thumbs up.
So there you go.
Up, thumbs up.
So thanks for taking those pictures. And yeah, you probably were sitting next to the guy at some point, or in traffic. Thank you, Mag. Everybody hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button. Yep. So there you go, Jim. That beer actually looks pretty good. I guess it won some kind of an award at some point. Yeah. Okay. So back to the Amber Wheeler, excuse me. Let me go find that. There it is. Right here. It's pretty weird. It's a weird situation all around. Okay. Does the music just quit playing again? Alright, we've got I'm not sure how to start it. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just use these text messages here. I think it's these two right here. And apparently this is one of her friends right here, and Amber's her best friend. And it says right here, let's see, something like, yes, what'd you do? Just woke up. Again, what did you do? About to go meet this fine guy, she said. Going on a date? Yes. And then it was nice. So I don't know if that means that, yeah, she already went out on the date together. And that's it. Yes, and then it was nice, and then she's home already. Or is that has some other meaning there? I don't know what that means. And then she says, what'd you do? And then, let's see, it's this one here. That was nice. No, it's the other one that finishes it. It was nice. What'd you do? And then she says, good morning. Why'd your phone go dead? You okay? I don't know what the actual date of this is, though. It doesn't say. Let me go back to the original one. Wednesday. Yeah, I wish these screenshots would have the entire date on them. So that's what it says. So apparently, she just disappeared apparently around on the 1st or 2nd of March. And she never responded to that. Then her friend was looking at the geolocation information, and it shows it right here, and that is right in this area right here in this where these trailers are kept right here. What are you doing, Chloe? Chloe, you're attacking a toy that's bigger than you. Yeah, so apparently her friend was looking at her GPS and it was pinging right here. And then they find her body. Well, the weird part about it is nobody knew where she was. Nobody. There wasn't even, I think she was reported missing at some point, but she was actually, let me show you this. So if you go to this website right here called Wayne County, Michigan, which I think Detroit's in, and then you put her last name. This is search for unclaimed and unidentified persons. So if you scroll down here, her last name is Wheeler.
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Puppy cam. Less than 3.
And you click on that one. And look at this. Amber Wheeler. Date of birth 9/5/1997. She was found on March 2nd, 2023 at 151 West Grand Boulevard, number 20. And this is where the phone pinged, or that's where the phone pinged right here. And that address is right here. And thank you, Danielle. And also Kathy Friedenmaker. So don't you think that's a little weird right there? I mean, her body is located in here on the 2nd, taken down, and nobody claimed her at all. Her parents didn't get her, the friend thought she was missing. And then something, I don't know how accurate Find My Phone, GPS location stuff is, but one of the other pings on her phone was during this time where she was missing, except she wasn't really missing, she was found dead. Her phone ends up pinging, in Africa somewhere, or off the coast of Africa. I don't know what the hell that even means. I mean, I would think that you could probably there's errors made by these GPS programs or whatever the hell is doing this. Find My Phone app. You might have a thing that has friends, but I mean, I guess if you believe that somebody killed her and then took a boat all the way back to Africa. I mean, because look how far offshore that ping is. I mean, how is that doing that? So I would think more likely that it's an error. Oh yeah, maybe something like that, Scout did. Yeah. I guess somebody could have activated a VPN on her phone, and then they're using her phone with a VPN, and not using the phone to dial, but maybe just using internet services to hide their use of her phone. Something like that, maybe? Let's see. And then the friend that's posting all these, she's really active on here on Facebook. I mean, half the stuff I can't really read. It's like, let's see. You know, she always calls people hoes and weird and pressed. I never acted like I made the missing person post. I simply reposted it. Well, let me go back in time. It's probably better to go back. So she has that same, I went and found the same website that she was using right here. I mean, she posts all the time, but it started, that's the original information with the GPS locations. And then, so that's November, that's not there. Starts about right here on just 22 hours ago. I think somebody finally said she was still looking for and hadn't heard from her friend, and apparently when she went over to their house, the parents wouldn't talk to her, and she's been looking for a friend, and then somebody said, hey, her body was found on the 2nd, and she's been unclaimed. I mean, that's pretty bizarre just in itself, right? This, the last time I talked to my best friend, March 1st, see? I mean, it's right the same, her body's found on the 2nd, right? This is what her location was saying, and this was 2 days after she went missing. I went to her location to look for her, but it was just trailers. I asked the lady how often they move, and the lady said every day. She never told me who she went on a date with. So remember how she said, oh, meet this fine guy. When I went to her house, her mother was acting nonchalant, like she really wasn't concerned. I tried to make a police report, but they told me only her parents could make it because that is who she lived with. This whole situation is weird. I mean, I agree with that. She doesn't have braces anymore, so there's a picture with her with braces on right there. But please help find my best friend. Might look more like that. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, at this point, she's been found, so she's not missing. Help find my best friend. People holding out information. But I mean, it's also weird too. I was reading this, and when you read it, it says has a large rose tattoo on her right shoulder, a nose ring on her left side of her nose, braces, and has severe eczema. I mean, who puts that in there? Like, what does that have to do with anything? You're looking for somebody walking down the street with skin flaking off or crinkled up, or I don't know. That just seems like a weird added piece of information. Everyone who say they're her friend being so secretive, I don't give a F who and what part of y'all play in Amber's life. The girl is my best friend. I love, care about her, and not a day went by that we didn't talk. So if I'm asking what the F is going on, why y'all saying y'all ain't gotta explain shit? MFs keep saying why. This just now beginning posted. It's been posted that she was missing on my Instagram when I didn't hear from her for a day. I don't be on Facebook. I reactivated my page today when someone told me people were saying she was dead. So F on until I hear her voice. She's missing like I've been said. MFs don't even know I wake up every night looking at my phone to see if the girls text or call me. Let's see. F on, I'll smack all you hoes. Like I said, my MF cousin was helping me look for my best friend in the rain and could shut the F up. Stop saying she's dead till you see her body. What's this thing? This guy would be the #1 suspect. Yeah, I mean, whoever the date was, you know. But she's also was found in a motel, so I don't really know anything about her lifestyle or anything like that. I mean, let me show you where she was located. Her body was found in this hotel. Now, you know how she says I have it's a date, or let me go read that again. Going on a date, yes. Now, date sometimes is code for some, you know, like in the sex, what do you call it? Sex working world, and I don't have any indication that's what it is. But when you look at a place like this, like this motel in the middle of Detroit, it does cross your mind, right? Like it's like, oh man, is there something that happened in here? Yeah, I mean, it could be a hookup, or it could be, yeah. I mean, when you say a hookup, are you talking about for pay or what? I mean, it could be anything. I really, I don't know. But, you know, was there drugs involved now and something happened? I mean, fentanyl is just killing hundreds of thousands of people, so it could be anything. Yeah. Let's see. Not really sure how much else there is on this. It's just... Oh yeah, I was going to keep reading her comments. Oh, and by the way, it looks like the mom, I think this is the mother right here. She said, "We appreciate all the thoughts and concerns for Amber, aka Bunny Benz. Bunny Benz, with great sadness, we are announcing the loss of our beloved Amber M. Wheeler, and we are requesting privacy. To continue, we are requesting the public to discontinue the spread of misinformation via social media." And we're just talking about it, so, you know, I don't really feel like we're spreading anything. There is active investigation into her death, and the promotion of misinformation hinders the progression. Well, when did the active investigation start? Because she's listed as nobody's, still to this day, nobody has identified her and taken responsibility for her remains. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You haven't even gone in there to claim the body, right? It's unclaimed and unidentified. That's how she's on that list. So I don't know what the hell this... I mean, whatever this lady's talking about here, if this is the mother... and I guess we don't know the absolute circumstances of if they're keeping her body to do more forensic work on it, and therefore the parents can't claim it, so it remains on that list. You know, it could be something like that, like the funeral home that cannot take it yet. It's still at the morgue because they're still trying to figure out exactly what happened. And maybe she can't claim it yet, so that's a possibility, right? I mean, I don't think you can just go in there. I mean, if they're still investigating it and you claim it, then do you take it away? They know who she is. She's identified. Yeah, so it could be something really easily explainable, but we, you know, because it's listed as unclaimed, we're thinking, oh man, but the parents might have known all about that she was even found on the 2nd, and that's why they didn't answer the door when the friend knocked, because now they're sort of suspicious of people, and they don't want to hinder the investigation by communicating with a friend or something like that. I don't know. When you say normal, what does that mean? I don't know if something's in a morgue, is it still called unclaimed until it's cleared to be claimed, and then somebody can come do that? Yeah. So who knows what it is? That's not the one I was looking for. God, I hate how the window just automatically fills in like that. You know, it's weird when I play this, I keep hearing my name in it. Listen.
Gray.
You hear that little gray in the background? I don't know what the hell the deal is.
Gray.
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 I don't know, man. It's pretty weird. It almost sounds like I kept looking to see if there was somebody in the room or something was playing. It was strange. It is pretty weird. So did her parents confirm her body on the 3rd or the 25th? Because everybody's stories keep changing. Or did they really go see? Yeah, so maybe it was the 3rd. I just want to know what the F happened to my best friend. Y'all slow if y'all think I'm not about to find out. Y'all are liars. Her parents did not go see her body. I'm in effing tears. My effing best friend's body been sitting there a month. Bunsy Benz, I'm sorry, baby. I'm leaving the effing police station now. What the F? So I think she actually talked to the police and they said nobody's come to see her or something like that. This shit is going to the news, y'all. Weird as F. And there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Me and my mama really is disbelief. My mama, my witness. My mom is my witness. When the officer said nobody came to identify her, the F, I'm sick. So the officer said nobody came in to identify her, and maybe it's because they already could. Like, you have her ID on her, and it looks just like her, and they already know what her name is, so maybe they weren't really looking for somebody to do that. Whoever my best friend was with, they left her that night. I love you all. Did you all? I can't believe I'm saying rest in heaven, baby. I just had to hear for myself. Y'all hoes weird and impressed. I never acted like I made this missing person post. I simply reposted it because these hoes deleted the post and I posted it on my own page. And wasn't shit getting deleted until I found out myself, and it's still not getting deleted. She don't even have a real missing person report out, 'cause only her parents can do it. If you hoes ain't know her parents, ain't go identify her body like I said, I've been posting my best friend on my Instagram since March 2nd. Only reason I brought it to Facebook yesterday is 'cause people was saying she was dead after almost a month, and my page was deleted. And so the thing is, it likely is her, because her friend even pinged her to here that same night, and then she's found in a hotel right there. So there you go. I don't think there's much more to add, so I guess we'll just see what in the hell, we'll just keep checking in on it and see if there's any new information on it. You know what I'm saying? That's right, John Crimes, when it was, the popular cases. Then we do stuff like this tonight and you get 288 people watching instead of 500 or 600. Let's see. Yeah, sounds like that friend has been looking out the whole time. Oh, and thank you up there to who was that? Kathy Fredmaker. Something came in after that. But all right. Thank you, Cheryl Bullock. You guys have any thoughts on that? Don't really know what to say other than apparently she's been found. The issue is, you know, we don't even know right now if she was murdered or had an overdose or something like that. And then the issue that the friend's having is she believes that because the parents didn't go down and identify her, therefore there's something nefarious going on. But we don't really know at this point. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I got for you on that. So, it's weird for sure, especially that crazy text over in, or not text, but ping information in Africa. But the thing is like Scouting Dude said, it could just be something like a somebody using a VPN that showed that it was there, but it's not. But what was interesting to me was why would a VPN be like 100 miles off the coast? Wouldn't they put it in a city to make it seem like it was legit? But nobody said that they refused to identify their loved one. Who said that they refused to identify her? See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody always, like every time I have a conversation with somebody and you say something like, yeah, man, there was something, well, they didn't deserve to die. You know, it's like, well, no, I didn't say they deserved to die. I was just saying some of the things that they were doing. Or, you know, I read something and then all of a sudden there's way more meaning interpreted. I never once said anything about that they refused to identify their loved one. Maybe they already know who it is, and we don't really know. I mean, they could have actually gone down there, and the guy that her friend talked to didn't have all the information. Maybe a detective brought her in or something and brought them in. I mean, we just don't know the answers, and that's why I like to try to avoid all the craziness. Yeah. Yeah, make sure to hit that like button. Okay, then there's this other case, this guy named Jody Bert, another one out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's a guy, though, even though his name's Jody. Or at least I think it's a guy, okay? You know, given the way things are these days, I mean, who the hell knows? You know, you say the wrong thing. Oh my God. Let's see. So this is the same area that, remember the Nathan Millard individual who went to a bar, then he disappeared, and we went through the whole thing. Sounds like he had an overdose, and then his body was dumped. Thanks, Cindy Lynn. Yeah, well, I've already kind of was curious about the same thing of what the reason for the room is. I mean, if she's doing something more dangerous or not. You know, like being, I have no information that says she's a sex worker or something like that. But you have a body found in a motel room in a really shitty part of town. How did she get into that room in the first place? It's just a theory, a possibility, something like that. Maybe I mean, hell, it could be even like Tinder or some shit where they're just... She said she was on a date and it was good. So does that mean when she says it was good, is the date over or is it still going on and it was just worded incorrectly? Don't know. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, so I guess at some point maybe there'll be updates out there. The friend will probably hear, the family will get to know. Just don't know at this point. Yeah, so this is the person missing now. Another man goes missing in downtown Baton Rouge. The Baton Rouge Police Department says a man last seen in downtown Baton Rouge is now missing. According to BRPD, Jody Bert, 44, who was last seen in the downtown area on March 22nd. So he was last seen 4 days ago. Hold on. Alright. According to BRPD, Jody Bert, 44, who was last seen in downtown area on March 22nd at around 12:45 a.m. So now you're getting into that after midnight, almost 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. Bert is 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, has short hair, several tattoos on his left arm, and was last seen wearing blue jeans, dark colored hoodie, and red and white Adidas shoes. Anyone having information on Bert's whereabouts is urged to contact the Missing Person Division. Just a few weeks ago, Nathan Millard went missing while in downtown Baton Rouge area, and his body was found rolled up in plastic and a carpet days later not far from the downtown area. Detectives were told Bert dropped his wife and children off at a downtown Baton Rouge hotel and then left to park his vehicle, the car. However, he did not return to the hotel. Police later found his vehicle in a downtown hotel parking garage, along with his wallet and cell phone. We will continue to follow this developing story. I mean, it's just weird again. I mean, that's weird as hell. I mean, what is he doing? He parks the car and he's getting out of the car and somebody attacks him right then, but then leaves his wallet and his cell phone? Or was he depressed about something and then he takes off? Oh man. Look at this idiot. Yeah. I do. I agree with that. The channel idiot created a channel called Grant Hughes Feels... no, well, I thought you said Kanika Jenkins, but Kendrick Johnson wasn't murdered. I don't know about Kendrick Johnson. His case, though, is more interesting to me than Kanika Jenkins in terms of a possibility of him being murdered. But why waste your time with such idiotic posts? I mean, spending time making a name that it's not even, there's nothing interesting about it. I mean, it's just stupid. God, what an idiot. Alright, so let me get rid of that. Florida man missing from downtown Baton Rouge after checking into hotel with family, police say. The Florida man traveling with his family back home from Oklahoma went missing Wednesday after he began feeling unwell. So let's see. A Florida man traveling with his family back home from Oklahoma went missing Wednesday after he began feeling unwell and checked into a downtown hotel with his family. God, dude, they have him on camera checking into that hotel? How do we know that he checked into that hotel? What if he wasn't even with the family when they got to the hotel? And that's the story being told. I mean, it just seems... Maybe, hopefully they just have him on camera somewhere. Jody Bert, 44, had dropped his family off at a downtown hotel and went to park. When he didn't return, family members found his car in the hotel parking garage. So the one that they're in. See, that's what I thought I had read. So he didn't return, and by God, there's the car in their own parking garage with all of his personal belongings, including wallet and cell phone. You don't think that's pretty crazy? Bert, 44, was last seen in the downtown area at about 12:45 a.m. early Wednesday morning. Bert is 6 feet, 220 pounds, so he's a pretty big guy, and has short hair, several tattoos on his left arm, and was last seen wearing blue jeans, dark colored hoodie, and red and white Adidas shoes, police said. Anyone with information on Bert's whereabouts is asked to call the Missing Persons Division at 225-389-3853. Yeah, but why would he be drugged? You know, like what was the purpose of him being drugged? Just to drug him? Because they didn't take his cell phone or his wallet. So, hey, let's just go drug him. I don't really... Unless you're saying that that's why he wasn't feeling well. I'd like to know, is there any proof that he was ever in Baton Rouge? Other than the family saying he dropped us off at the hotel. Because how easy would it be for them to have... Let me just say that, I mean, for conspiracy's sake. Let's just say it's him, his wife, and kids or something. But something had already happened to him. So her and the kids go to the hotel and say that he dropped us off and he left. But then all of a sudden, then his car is parked in the garage with his wallet in there. You just leave it in there. But I mean, because it's really hard for me to come up with a legitimate reason that all of a sudden he is just gone, leaving his phone and wallet in the car. It's crazy. But all right, you guys, so we're getting close to the end of the month. If you'd like to help support the channel, and you can afford to, I don't want people... Here's the thing, I don't want anybody who can't afford to help the channel to help the channel. So I don't need to hear, oh, Gray, I just don't have anything or anything like that. Because I've told you 100 times, if you can't afford it, do not send PayPals or anything or super chats in at all. But if you can and you want to help support the channel and allow me to keep doing these shows every single night and allow, being able to donate a large portion of each month income, then your help would be greatly appreciated. I mean, it's been pretty awesome. It just seems like in the last, 3-4 days or so, it's kind of tapered off into almost oblivion. Not really sure what happened. Yeah, well, I want to see some surveillance footage of this guy being there. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. It just... Well, hey, thanks, Eugenie. You always pick the funniest little characters there. Not even sure what that is. Let's see. All right. Anyone, if this information is on Bert's whereabouts, is asked to call the Missing Persons Division. He had blue jeans, dark colored hoodie, and red and white Adidas shoes, police said. So maybe they've seen him on camera.
Rouge Police are also asking for your help in finding this man. He is Jody Bert. He's 44 years old. He was last seen with his family outside of the Hampton Hotel in downtown Baton Rouge early Wednesday morning. Now, according to police, Bert was driving back to Florida with his wife and kids after visiting relatives in Oklahoma. He began to have some sort of medical issue while passing through Baton Rouge. The family then pulled over to stay for the night. Bert dropped his family off at the front.
So let's say he had a medical issue. Why isn't he right there at the car or someplace easily findable? You know, why? So I understand. Yeah, he had a medical issue, and they stayed the night over, I guess, at this Hampton Inn. Let me see where that is. Geez, that better not be the same. Hampton Inn. There's one right here. There's a courtyard, so it's probably this one over here. Now, have they really? Interesting. Berlaney Jones says they've now also arrested 2 female sex workers in the Nathan Millard case. Man. Yeah, what a crazy case that is. He gets so wasted and doesn't know where he is, and just all kinds of horrible things started happening.
They have now also arrested 2 female sex workers in the Nathan Millard case.
Well, that's the Hampton Inn. I don't think the other ones are Hampton Inn, so right there. I mean, it's not too far. I guess there's another one over here, too. And another one down there. So that's the one closest to the city, middle of the city there. Yeah, that's probably the one, because it looks like it's down. It looks different, though. Oh, wait, this might be it right here. I don't know. I think this is it right here. Yep. And then there should be a... There it is. Yeah. That's that one. And that building right here off to the side is this one over here. What are you talking about, Nomad Beats? That's pretty close. But it sounds like a totally different situation. So here he was staying at this Courtyard Marriott, and this is where he's staying. Nathan Millard was staying there at the Courtyard Marriott. Let me put a pin there. Yeah, I already found it, yeah. I already knew which one it was. I don't think it's the one you were talking about. Alright, so there it is, right there, and, you know, it's only 2 blocks away. So, I mean, that's mildly interesting, you know. But it doesn't really... Because the thing is the other individual was walking around and doing things. You know, he was doing it on his own. He walked down the street and he went to the Greyhound and was taking money out, and then he was still doing things later. This guy was sick apparently, and he just disappeared. And it's interesting because it's really close to the river right here. I mean, we don't know if... I mean, what if he went there and he was going to do something to himself? Don't know. No, it didn't say anything. If it said that, you would have heard it, right? Did it say they flew in from... They just had sushi the night before? Hey, did it say that she was trying, you know, some kind of new soft drink the night before? And yeah, I don't know if it said it or not. Let's see. Maybe it did. Drugstore for meds and got jumped. Really? If that's... Well, how could that be true, Colleen? Because there's the thing. People always get angry when I go, God, that's ridiculous. He had the wallet and his cell phone is sitting in his car. So when did he get jumped? Why would he go back to his car after buying the drugs when it's in the same... He could have just got... I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, he could have got the drugs and went somewhere else, bought it, came back, and then got jumped in his car, and he bought these drugs that these druggies want, and then they left his wallet and his keys in the vehicle and his cell phone. They didn't say keys; they said wallet and cell phone. Yeah, I mean the drug angle thing that's exactly what happened to the other guy. Exactly. But let me just read through this one. I haven't read through this whole thing. I just started up here. The family had been in Oklahoma visiting relatives. A decision was made for Bert and his family to stop at Baton Rouge for the night so that relatives from Florida could travel to Baton Rouge to assist Bert and his family with the remaining drive. Oh, so he was that sick. Detectives were told Bert dropped his wife and children off at a downtown Baton Rouge hotel and then left to park his car. However, he did not return to the hotel. Police later found his vehicle in the hotel's parking garage along with his wallet and cell phone, McNeely said. He was last seen by his family at 12:45 a.m. Wednesday morning, March 22nd. Bert is 6 feet, 220 pounds, has short hair, several tattoos on his left arm, and was last seen wearing blue jeans, dark-colored hoodie, and red and white Adidas shoes. Anyone have information on his whereabouts is urged to contact the Missing Persons Division at 225-389-3853 or Crime Stoppers at 225-344-7867. Yeah. So it's pretty weird, don't you think? Just completely, he's not feeling well, but he's going to park the car, and then he disappears, but his cell phone and wallet are in the car. That's weird. So maybe it is a situation where he was into drugs, but he wasn't taking drugs. Maybe he was coming off of drugs, but he wanted to go get some. But then why is his wallet and cell phone still in the car. I get maybe the cell phone if you didn't want your wife or somebody to see what you were doing. Maybe he had cash on him so he could buy something. But I mean, would you really just leave all that in your car? Why not take your wallet with you, knowing you aren't going to use it though? Just keep it with you, you know, so you have your at least some ID. Yeah, he's with his family, and they're apparently in the hotel. And they were gonna, I guess they were gonna wait for some people to show up to assist in helping them make it the rest of the way home. So he must have been really ill. And then after he got out of the car, where did he go? You know, it's just really crazy. It's really crazy. But anyways, I gotta take a break for a second. Yeah, I mean, everybody can hit the like button, but it doesn't really, you know, the like button helps just barely, okay? So let's not worry too much about it all the time. You know, what works the best is when I do the auction here, like button deal. That seems to work. When you type it in the chat, you don't have to waste your time doing that. It's the people that are in the chat almost always hit the like button. It's the people that are just watching that don't think of it for some reason. But I'm hoping to avoid having to toss myself in prison again, because for some reason, we're having these just really slow, crappy nights, and I don't know. I mean, are we just not interested in doing what we've been doing? I'm just curious. I mean, we've been making a huge difference out there, and I guess we could get to a point where we're just not doing that anymore. And everything will just be slowing down dramatically, because it's really, you know, it's not, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but everything in the last, like, 4 or 5 days is just completely slowed down in terms of, you know, because on this channel what we do is you guys support me to allow me to keep doing this, and then I send in over 50% of my revenue to charities, and that's how we were able to send in $62,000 last year. But somebody made a comment last night saying, "Oh, we'd be perfectly fine if you didn't send it in as much," and so forth and so on. And I'm thinking to myself, that's weird. Yeah, well, it's always been like that, LM. So yeah, we always get the LM troll comments that end up elsewhere on the internet. She loves it. She works hard to do that. All right, let's see. Right, okay. Well, I guess you guys are answering it then. We just don't do what we've been doing. So that's all right. Yeah, I need to start getting back onto the really popular cases then to get more people in here. So I guess that's where we're at. Yeah, well, the problem is I won't be able to do the... Well, LM, your comments, though, always are exactly... You feed into the trolls, okay? So if you could just quit doing that, it would be great. And no, that isn't what it is, okay? It wouldn't matter what I said. You know... Yeah. The problem is you got to get into the algorithm of the really popular ones. Yeah, well, I don't want to change. I'd like to be able to keep doing what we're doing, but you know, it's made it possible for me to stay on and do the shows every single night, like, you know, and it's, I don't know, it's a weird dilemma to be in. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. It doesn't. See, the thing is, it's not the pressure. I don't think it's like the pressure. It's people just can't do it. That's the problem. Okay, it isn't. Oh wow, and I guess that's what it is on the screen. And then I say, hey, if you guys can help support the channel, blah 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 blah, and then that is me saying something, but that doesn't mean anybody has to do anything. Yeah. Maybe I'll do more like what Alifair is saying then. Unfortunately. But yeah, we've already done, you know, I mean, more than almost every other channel will do in the history of their channel in 3 years. $140,250. And, you know, that's just unheard of. I mean, if a channel does 10 in their history, it's incredible, right? I think what I'll just do though is I'm only gonna, I don't know, it's hard though because I like being able to support Rain, NICMEC, Texas EquiSearch, but my main one I want to support is the DNA projects, and so that would mean I would completely eliminate everything except that, which sucks, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe there's just slow times and better times. Who the hell knows? But I do know that when you cover the really big cases, your channel does so much better. When we covered the Idaho 4, I mean, it was crazy months that we were having. And then I felt pressure, actually, by a lot of you to quit covering it. And then I started covering the cold cases again, and to the punishment and suffering of the channel, went to do those every single day again, and you get 300 people watching, and it just, you see, that's what I'm saying. Because I don't like to be, you know, chasing the popular case. But for a while, I had stuff to contribute, and I was trying to, make the animations and theories and things like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just look at it more like that then. Thank you, Lane Dune. Okay. Let's see. Well, guess what we're going to now, you guys? A cold case. The Channel Killers. Okay, here we go. So this is a Sheree Magaro. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it is. It might be Magaro or Magaro. Shereemagaro. Well, yeah, I mean, I was saying the river's right there. I don't know what he did. We don't even know what he was sick with. If it was something mental, a mental breakdown, then hell, he could have done anything. And yeah, he could very well be in the water there and just parked the car, and that might have been something he wanted to do alone so that he could go do something to himself. Very possibly he could be in the water, as we said earlier. Thank you, Plato. Not Play-Doh, but Plato, as in the Greek philosopher.
Woohoo. Cold case.
Not the gooey, doughy material that we would play with in our youth. Yeah, it could be something like that. Maybe an addict. I did talk to Colleen. She said she's going to give me an update on, because there was a few cases that were right in that stage. It sounded like they were just somebody was waiting to sign off on their viability. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. Thank you so much, Gray, for all you do. Yeah, well, no problem. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is I put a lot of pressure on myself, too, in here to keep everything going so that we can keep doing what we're doing. I had these visions of, reaching $1 million or something at some point, or $250,000. I mean, we'll probably get to that someday, but, it definitely might slow down pretty dramatically. But, I put a lot of pressure on myself, and then, I don't even like to do that part. Like, I hate the fundraising element. I wish it was just sort of natural and people just did it, or... Yeah, I've covered that before, Greenhouse Homestead. I've been asked that probably 600 times by different people, and I've covered it. Well, my mental health is, I'm always the same. I'm not even sure what you're talking about, Mama, Too Big, whatever you are. You should go check your own mental health. I'm the same as I always am. I just, gets a little disappointing when you put the same amount of time in, but the funds element is so dramatically less. So, why don't you go to your job and do the same work that you're always doing, but your boss says, hey, we're paying you half the amount now, but I need you to keep working exactly the same hard. Okay? So I want you to do that, and then see if you feel a little bit disappointed, and then I'm going to say you have a mental health problem. Okay? You sound like a idiot, a total dipshit. Hey, thanks. Travel into
Results of
Teresa.
the underwater DOA with flippers.
I know, that's the one. I want to do the Allatoona Doe. Allatoona Lake. No, it is my job. It is a job. Right, I'm not. You're right. Exactly. I'm not for them, but I raise funds for my channel and then I donate money. So it is my job. The money that people give me is my pay for doing the job. You sound like you're completely clueless, Mama 2 Babe. We've gone over this 17 million times and your comments don't make any sense. Eventually, maybe one will. We'll try to find that out later. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that Allatoona one is crazy. Okay, that person's gone now. Let's see. So the Allatoona case is crazy. It's a case, I've explained it to you guys before, but there's an individual whose body floated to the surface in a lake. And they've been weighted down with like weights, and they were bound and tied up, and the person had been shot in the head. But the one really unusual element is that he had flippers on. Like, why in the hell did the person have flippers on? Anybody know? I mean, my theory was that he weighted himself to negative buoyancy so he would sink, and then he went down into the water with his fins on, and then he shot himself in the head, keeping himself afloat. But then if he's bound up, though, how would he do that? So I don't know how bound he was.
Chewbacca? I'll be Chewbacca.
Hey, thank you, Adnaran.
Show us a fly over tonight.
And thank you very much to... Hey, whoa, what's going on? Oh, Bama forever. Wow, thank you so much. And yes, we'll do a flyover at the end.
Appreciate you, Mr. Grey and all the freaks.
Well, thank you, Bama forever. There we go. Got you in there 20 times. Anyways, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Appreciate it. Just think about how weird that is, though. He's got fins on. Why did the person have fins on? Can anybody give me an answer for that? Or is it just, he's on a boat, they tie him up, he was with them to do something else. Maybe there was some drugs or something, and then he was wrapped up, and then he was tied up and shot in the head, and they never bothered to take the fins off. Yeah, it's just really, really strange one. And that one will be awesome to get the name. The other one is down in southern Oregon. I met with there's a guy that was killed, like abducted from his house, and his wife was there, or a girlfriend. I can't remember exactly. I think it was a wife. And that's the one we're testing a cigarette, but whose DNA on it does not match anybody else that they've communicated with. So we'll see if that one works. And then another one is the Addison County Doe, which is that one in Allatoona are my main ones, but Addison County is the main one. That one, I know Plato feels the same way. It's like, we just want that one solved because you're going to get the killer in that one. In that case, we'll actually get the killer because they were never reported missing, and they probably were killed in 1932. And when they found them, they were wrapped up in an awning, and there was a mother and 2 children. So we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. Those 3 are the closest to having some information right now. Almost feels like, you know, it's a cool feeling, right? Because they aren't going to be done. They weren't going to be done without us. So it's a situation where we feel like, I mean, I think it's rightfully that we feel like we're part of the whole process of the investigation. We don't get to be the one that determines who it is or anything like that. But we are, basically what we are is this. We are paying for the investigation into a case. You know, it'd be sort of like somebody, I don't even know if it's much difference than a police department paying an FGG company to give them a name. That's what we're doing. We don't do any of the investigation part of it. Yeah, I think that one will be sweet. All right, okay. You guys ready for this one? Right. Yeah, I hate that part about. I think in the 1934 they're not going to get a choice. That's a murder case, so they don't get a choice in that one. It's not just like a missing person that we. Well, thanks, Linda. All right, here we go. You guys still liking the setup? I might make the same setup, but some 3D version of it. Man, D Sims has been up there like 9 times. I guess it's not working through all the different. There's a whole bunch of 9 folders in there, and it's not going through them all again. What needs to be bigger? The screen in the middle is huge. That's way bigger than the one that I originally had. Well, what difference does it make if you... I mean, I don't know why you can't see, because it's the same as it normally is. I can read it from here, what's on that screen over there. Yeah, well... And there's Lillian up there, look. No, she was up there. Yeah, I mean, if I make it bigger, I guess I could make it bigger and everything else is smaller again. Like, I'm smaller, everything's smaller. Because I can't make it bigger. That's got the entire... I mean, okay, let me see if I can do it like this. Like, what if I made it like this? It doesn't all fit into the screen, but can you read that now? He just can't see, Jeff. God. Jeff almost. You know what, Jeff? You almost seem like a troll, like 90% of the time, but yeah, I don't think you are. Just your weird comments. They're just. How can you guys not see? I don't really have case notes up here. Yeah. Oops. I mean, that's the... I don't really want to do it that way. Can I ask why you guys need to see the text on the screen, though? I mean, why do you give a damn what the text says? I'm reading it out loud. I'm just curious about that part of it. Oh, great, we like to read along. Yeah. Yeah, well, you should be able to... The photos are easy to see. They're on the screen. They're, you know... Oh, I don't know about that. Wow, thank you. Marie Crossley. Just curious why you guys need to see the... Oh, yeah, here we go, here we go. All right, Jeff. Good for you. Oh, look at my thing covered it. See, it's covering up. It's supposed to only be about this large, like that. Oops. Yeah, so I think I need to make it move in the sides there. So I guess if I make it this large, I have to slide this over. There we go. And then you should be able to read that text right there, because that's the same size as it normally would be. I think if it was on the middle monitor, see how it's the same, not different. See? I don't know. I guess what I could do is make the TV screen go all the way down into this corner over here, and then the left side have 5 smaller windows. You know, so the left side is all the information stuff, and then the rest of the screen is all monitor. Is that right? I mean, are you saying, Jeff, that you literally can't see? Like your eyes don't work? I mean, let me try to make another one. I'll be smaller. Everything will be a little bit smaller. The full screen, you know, it'll be bigger. Then we'll have to figure out a place to put because like if you guys make a comment, it pops up below it like that. Everything kind of fits now. And I'd like to have a screen where I don't have to leave too often. I kind of liked having where I have the main screen and then I can just go to this one and do my own thing. Just keep going instead of having all these different screens to go to. Okay, Jeff. Well, look, I'll tell you what. I'll work on something tomorrow for everybody. Okay. I mean, you can't please everybody all the time. Okay. But I'll give it a shot. How's that? And thank you very much, Marie Crossley. Yeah, that's exactly right. There's always something somebody's not going to like. Gray, you're too small in the upper corner now, and I can't really read the amount of money that we've donated, and Blue and Chloe are so small. Right? Because that's what's going to happen. Blue and Chloe are going to be smaller, and you only get to see them on the main screen. It'll be this one over here. If Blue and Chloe are sitting over there, that's great and everything. But on this one, they're going to be down here, and they're going to be smaller than that now. So let's see how it goes. I might even be sarcastic and make them so small that I look like an ant. And the whole screen. Yeah. Okay. So this is, again, we're going to start over. We haven't even started yet, so we just keep getting sidetracked. Sheree Magaro. State authorities today were searching the Bohemia River in Cecil County in their continuing investigation into the disappearance of a Pennsylvania woman whose bloodstained car was found abandoned in a snowy cornfield near Chesapeake City Monday. So I think this is in well, it's Maryland or Baltimore, and so it's Maryland and Philadelphia. It seems like the papers they were in. So it's saying 29 of Harrisburg. So I think she's from Pennsylvania. Ah, gosh. Google Earth just crashed on me. Crap. Alright, I have to do a Control-Alt-Delete, and Google Earth is really unstable. So don't worry if it gets dark in here really quick. And then I have to open it back up. What the hell's Google Earth? Is it gone? I don't see Google Earth anymore. Jeez. Alright. I'll open it that way. Oh, there it is. Don't you guys hate when you order something and they just keep showing it over and over and over again on your screen, no matter where you go? Like I ordered I have that electric golf cart thing that I bought, the little battery powered thing, and now it shows up on every single screen that I'm on. Then I bought my wife a travel juicer thing that you spin around and it blends up fruit. And it's sometimes I go to a website and there's like 1,000 ads of just that one item on the screen. The attack of the juicer, almost. It's just everywhere. Well, it takes a long time to read one, especially when Google Earth shuts down, Jonathan. Okay, thanks for your concern, though. It was really interesting and funny. It was awesome. So now we got to get back to it. So it is taking me a while. You're right. Because now I have to reset some stuff in Google Earth because it broke down, and as a matter of fact, it's not even there. Yeah, nothing worse. Nothing worse. Man, this is brutal. Sorry, guys. Now the Windows is frozen over here. It's waiting. It's waiting. It's clocking. Okay. Don't worry. We'll get to it. So this is Harrisburg, right? Harrisburg. Then we have the state authorities today were searching the Bohemia River in Cecil County. So let's go to Cecil. So that's Cecil County, Maryland. So that's where she's from. And Bohemia River. It's over here. In their continuing investigation into the disappearance of a Pennsylvania woman whose blood-stained car was found abandoned in a snowy cornfield near Chesapeake City. Okay, so they're checking that river. Oh, maybe that's the Bohemia River there. Although it says it right there. But it's near Chesapeake City. Okay. Chuck Jackson, a spokesman for the state police, said police divers were sent to search the water of a body or any evidence that could lead investigators to Sheree Magaro, 29, of Harrisburg. Earlier today, Department of Natural Resources police officers were dragging the river at the MD 213 bridge, Maryland 213 bridge. So that's it right there. 213. So they were dragging the river here. Near the field where Margaro's car was found. So her car was found in some sort of a field. You know, we don't know what side of the river it was on or anything like that, but a field around in this area here. Jackson said troopers found obvious signs of foul play inside the car. He would not elaborate, but a source said the evidence consisted of blood, hair, and body tissue. It was also learned that the interior of the car had been burned and that signs of a flammable fluid were found near the car. Wow. Alright, so he would not elaborate, but a source said the evidence consisted of blood, hair, and body tissue. Jesus. Probably shot then. It was also learned that the interior of the car had been burned and the signs of the flammable fluid were found near the car. So it almost sounds like she was maybe shot in the head or something like that. Hey, welcome, Arlene. Jackson said troopers found obvious signs of foul play inside the car. He would not elaborate, but a source said the evidence consisted of blood. We already read that. Margaro was last seen Sunday night when she left the home of her boyfriend at Kennyville in Kennedyville. Where the hell is that? So she lives in Pennsylvania, but oh, weird. So the boyfriend lives in this little tiny area here. Kennedyville. Okay, Margaro was last seen Sunday night when she left the home of her boyfriend, Kennedyville in Kennedyville in Kent County, on her way to Willow Farms Village Mobile Home Park. Wow. So what the hell is that? Jesus. She's all over the place. Let's get that in there. Do you think that's still there? WIL Low Farms Village Mobile. Yeah, I don't think. Well, how about that? I'll give that to one of you guys to look in the newspaper and try to find where that was, because I bet it changed its name. So Magaro was last seen Sunday night when she left the home of her boyfriend in Kennedyville in Kent County on her way to the Willow Farms Village Mobile Home Park in Harrisburg. So that's probably where she lived. Where she lives with her infant son. So she was stopped by her boyfriend's house, but was going to go all the way up to. Yeah, how far is that? That's long. That's almost 100 miles. So there's obviously a mobile home park that used to be in this town, Harrisburg. And she has an infant son. Acting on an anonymous tip received at about 9:30 a.m. Monday, state police from the Northeast Barracks found the car, a 1972 Ford Torino, in a snow-covered field about 100 feet off of 213 near Chesapeake City, just south of the Bohemia River. Okay, so now we know, we can probably figure out a pretty accurate guess at where that vehicle was found. So what river do you think this is right here? Because now it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because they were dragging the 213 bridge, but they said the Bohemia River, but that's where Bohemia River, well, there's 213 there. So that might be, that's the bridge then. Let me move this. Now it does make sense. So they're dragging the river right there. And they use Chesapeake City just as a geographical, it's close to there. Then they said it was 100 feet off of Maryland 213. So 100 feet. Chesapeake City, just south of the Bohemia River. So here's the river. And let's put feet on here. So it's something like that, just in that, maybe this field right here even. Maybe this is where the car drove and it was in a field over here. It came down like that. And we also don't, this is 1987. Let's go back, and 1995, it looks pretty similar, so it's likely it looked almost the same. The car was towed to the State Police Crime Laboratory in Pikesville, where technicians were attempting to determine what happened in the car. A Maryland Department of Natural Resources police officer, who would later go on to work in Delphi and not identify, Richard Allen Philp, just kidding, doesn't say that. Search scene Monday found a bloodstained man's plaid shirt on the shoulder of Maryland 213, increasing fear. So wow, I bet you this person shot her, got blood all over himself, and then threw it out the window to get it off of him. But what's crazy about that is, man, if they still have that shirt, they can get this guy. There's definitely going to be DNA underneath that shirt, don't you think? Jackson said police did not know if the shirt is connected to the case, but it was sent to the crime lab for analysis and comparison with evidence found inside the car. He said a great portion of the crime lab's resources are being devoted to this evidence today. Thank you, not your average check.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Appreciate you, Gray. I'm usually here, even when I'm not in the chat. And that's usually because I'm behind trying to catch up. Embarrassed smiley face.
You're usually here, even when you're not here. It's awesome. Zozo's really good at pretending she's here. Like she pops in right at these certain times. And even if she missed 90% of the show, it's almost as if she was here the whole time. She's actually doing a pretty good little remodeling of her kitchen. It's not bad. Jackson said police did not know if the shirt is connected to the case, really. But it was sent to the crime lab for analysis in comparison with the evidence found inside the car. He said a great portion of the crime lab's resources are being devoted to this evidence today. Jackson said by the time the car was found Monday morning, heavy snowfall from Sunday night's storm had covered any footprints or tire tracks from another vehicle. There was at least 2 inches of snow under the car, meaning the vehicle was abandoned in the field during the snowstorm. Yeah. 25 cadets from state police training class, 30 volunteer firefighters from 3 Cecil County fire units, uniformed police and canine assisted by a helicopter from the Delaware State Police searched the cornfield Monday but failed to turn up any substantial clues or evidence of what may have happened. I wonder if it's a little bit more south. Maybe like right in here. Or here. Jeez, what happened right there? I bet it's right here. If that's a cornfield, I'm going to move that. And yes, it is. Okay, hold on a second. I think it's right here. I think that's where the car was. And I bet you it was facing south. Police said Magaro regularly visited her boyfriend in Kennedyville and reportedly left his home about 10 p.m. Sunday. So she left her boyfriend's home at 10 and then was heading all the way back to her place, which was got at least a 2-hour drive for sure. Probably a good time to drive that though. Just because there's not a lot of traffic on Sunday nights. Okay, it says Maryland State Police continue to search this morning for a missing woman formerly of Mount Gretna, whose car was found abandoned in a field in a rural area of northeastern Maryland. The missing woman was identified by state police as Sheree Magaro, 30, of Willow Farm Village Trailer Park, Harrisburg. Police said she disappeared Sunday night as she returned from visiting a friend in Kenaysville. She is the daughter of Thomas and Mary Grace Utes, Mine Road, Mount Gretna, and is a graduate of Cedar Crest High School. The girl's father said this morning that he and his wife are waiting to hear. They are still searching, but we haven't heard anything new as of this morning, he said. Evidence found in the car on Route 213 indicated the woman had met with foul play, according to published reports. And these are all from the 25th. Now we see a picture of her. And that's her son that was left behind. Well, wait a minute. What about her kid? Wasn't her kid... Wait, was her kid with her? I don't remember what that article said now. Let me go back to that first one. Margaret was last seen Sunday night when she left the home of her boyfriend on her way to mobile home park in Harrisburg, where she lives with her infant son. Okay, so she was by herself. I mean, it doesn't say that, but I think that kind of makes sense. They're not saying that the kid's missing. Two men are being sought in the disappearance and possible murder of a Pennsylvania woman whose burned-out car was found abandoned in a snow-covered cornfield in Cecil County, February 23rd, state police say. In addition, a reward of up to $20,000 is being offered for information on the whereabouts of Sheree Magaro or the arrest of the suspects. The reward is being offered by a group calling itself Friends of Sheree Magaro. It might be Sheree Magaro. Magaro, 29, who lived with her young son in Willow Farm Trailer Park near Harrisburg, was last seen about 10 p.m. February 22nd by her boyfriend. Now let me just try one thing on newspapers.com. I always hate not having the even Willow Farm Trailer. Let's see, 1970 to 1990 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And it came up with nothing. How about just Pennsylvania? There we go. Miss Stavey of 63 of Willow Farm Trailer Court. Oh, I think that might be it. Let's see. Ooh, the dogs are going nuts. So it says Willow Village Farm Trailer Court. Willow Village Farm Trailer Court. Is that a place? What are they doing? I think they're wrestling over there, you guys. Harrisburg Road 5. Harrisburg Road 5. Let me find a different reference here. Hold on. I'm just trying to find on here just any reference at all to somehow. There's people talking about Home Monday, March 1691. Death notices. Kish of Willow Farms Trailer Court, Harrisburg. And it's in there quite a few times actually. Area woman still missing. I guess this is one that we... February 26, 1987. I don't think I even have this one. So I'll just add that to the list over here. 1987, 02, 26. There we go. That's her again. Area woman still missing. Yeah, I can never actually find it. Does it say that? That it's on Cockley Road? Mag? I mean, there's probably trailer parks all over the place. What made you think that? What made you think that that was the place? I mean, yeah, there's a trailer park right here. Oh, there it says Willow Farm Lane, maybe. So yeah, maybe that's the one. Okay. Was it just the Willow Farm Lane? Is that the where you got that from? Well, thank you. Awesome. Willow Farm Lane. Trailer park. Let me see if I typed it up here. Willow. Yeah, and they don't have that space though. They spelled it WIL-LO. It was totally different. So I guess that would make a difference. They didn't spell it that way. I'm going to read the one that we were just looking at. Maryland State Police are entering into their fourth day searching for Cedar Crest graduate Sheree M. Youts Magaro, 30, of Willow, WIL-LO, Farm Village Trailer Park, Harrisburg. Magaro, the daughter of Thomas and Mary Grace Youts, Mine Road. Let's see. Her father said today he has not received any additional information. Maryland State Police suspect foul play because Magaro's car was found bloodstained and abandoned near the Route 213 bridge over the Bohemia River in Cecil County, Maryland. Authorities acting on an anonymous tip found the car Monday after about 100 feet off the road in a cornfield. We are continuing our search today near the bridge over the Bohemia River, Chuck Jackson, Public Information Director for Maryland State Police, said. Wire reports are that divers were called to search the river for any evidence. Thanks, Linda Howe, as in Linda Moulden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles.
Ocean wave.
Okay, now back to this one.
Chloe and blue, sparkling heart, blue heart.
I always think of Lucky Charms every time I hear that. Blue hearts, purple diamonds, whatever the hell they are. 2 men are being sought in the disappearance and possible murder of a Pennsylvania woman whose burned-out car was found abandoned in a snow-covered cornfield in Cecil County. In addition, a reward of up to $20,000 is being offered for information on the whereabouts of Sheree Magaro or the arrest of suspects. The reward is being offered by a group called itself Friends of Sheree Magaro. Magaro, 29, who lived with their young son in Willow Farms, again spelled with WIL-LO, Farm Trailer Park near Harrisburg, was last seen about 10 p.m. February 22nd by her boyfriend when she left his Kennedyville, Kent County home alone for the return trip to Harrisburg. Police said the woman's child did not accompany her on the trip to Kennedyville, there you go, but was in the care of Magaro's parents in Pennsylvania. The next morning, state police at the Northeast Barracks found Magaro's 1972 Silver Ford Torino in a cornfield off Maryland 213 in the Hacks Point section. Inside the car, police found human blood, body tissue, and hair. It said instead of? Where did it say that? On Google Maps, it said instead of? I don't even know what that means. Yeah, it said instead of Willow. Yeah, well, I mean, it was pronounced. I was pronouncing it Willow, but I didn't think that they were spelling it wrong in the papers. I guess they do. That night, the clerk. Okay, police said that on the morning that you think it. How do you think you pronounce that name? You think it's? Let me try that. Magaro pronunciation.
pronouncenames.com.
Magaro. I said that a couple times, but I wasn't sure. All right. Police said that on the morning Magaro's car was found, a man attempted to use the woman's credit card at a Sears store in Bel Air. When the clerk attempted to make a routine credit check, police said the man walked out of the store. That night, the clerk heard about Magaro's disappearance, and notified store officials who called police the next day. Let's see. The man seen at the Sears store had a dark complexion and in his 20s, about 5'9", 160 pounds, with short black hair, blue-green eyes, and smooth, clean face. Thanks, Tawny Lee. Also being sought for questioning in the case is a man seen in the Hacks Point area the night Magaro's car was abandoned. He is described as dark complexion, between 25 and 30 years old, and about 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing 170 pounds. He has dark hair, brown eyes, and a mustache. Police said the car had been set afire in an effort to destroy evidence. Thank you, Tawny Lee. Evidence found in the car.
Ocean wave.
Oh, well, thank you. Evidence found in the car was examined at the State Police Crime Lab in Pikesville. The lab results confirmed that the blood samples were of the same type as Magaro. The day after the car was found, an off-duty State Department of Natural Resource policeman found a blood-stained man's plaid shirt near the Bohemia River. Divers were sent into the river, but no trace of the woman was found. So far, it has not been determined if the shirt was connected with the woman's disappearance. Which is basically the same day. I think that's the really almost identical article there. Clues sought. Pennsylvanian Sheree Magaro got into her car in the Kennedyville, Maryland, the night of February 22nd, headed north into a snowstorm, and vanished, the apparent victim of a homicide. Is that how she would go, though? Let me look at that. The boyfriend's here, so yes, she would have to, she would obviously drive here, and then she would have to cross this bridge here, and then eventually go up like this and make it home, because this is kind of landlocked a little bit over here. As a matter of fact, it's kind of an island, really. I mean, there's water here, and then it comes down. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing here is an island. Yeah. Yep, so she would be driving this way to get that way. So something happened to her just in that little distance from here. It makes you wonder if she stopped at a gas station somehow to get gas for the trip home. You'd think she would need to do that. And so, where would that be, though? It's pretty weird. You know, just given the geographical... Her boyfriend lived in this area, so if she would have gotten her car and driven this way, you know, did she take a left here, probably, and go on 213, and then somehow her car ends up right here, and there's blood in it. I mean, the boyfriend's at this, I mean, they probably cleared him and everything, but he's the guy that you go, God, you know, did she break up with him that night? Or, I mean, how did she end up in a situation where somebody was able to get into her car in this short drive? You know, so you're in this area here, right? So just kind of think about this for a minute. And you're driving, you're kind of on a freeway, basically. And then at some point, somebody's able to get in your car and basically probably shoot you in the head and dump your car right here. Now, because she would have to continue on 213, go over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge over here, and then eventually get onto Highway 40, and then start trying to make her way, maybe not 40, but 41 here, and make her way back to where she lives. Hey, Colleen, do you ever like the cases that we talk about? I was just curious. Let's see. The girl's father said this morning that he and his wife are waiting to hear. They're still searching. I think that's the same one that we're on. They're still searching the river. Is that one? Oh, yeah. So here we go. Chuck Jackson, a state police spokesman, said Tuesday that blood samples taken from the car and the shirt found nearby appear to be consistent. There you go. Boom. All right. So I don't know if they DNA tested it like that, but they definitely need to. If that shirt is from the killer, then his DNA is on that shirt. And if they kept that shirt all these years, there's definitely, you know, that vacuum technique, other techniques out there where they can get the DNA off that shirt. Huh, that's interesting. He said crime laboratory technicians had obtained blood samples from her family members in Lebanon, PA, and used them to determine what blood type she had. Magaro, who was divorced and lived in a trailer park near Harrisburg with her son, often traveled to Kennedysville on weekdays to visit her boyfriend, police said. On Tuesday, a group called Friends of Sheree Magaro announced that it would pay $20,000 for information about her disappearance. The group said calls could be kept confidential and should be directed to the Maryland State Police. Thank you, Kathy Chapin. Jackson's son, one of the two men sought for questioning in the case, tried to make a purchase at a Bel Air, Maryland department store. Let's see where that is. So down here. So how does that fit into the picture here? Okay, so they left her car. So it's almost like she was robbed. Somebody got into her car, shot her in the head, stole her credit card, and they had another vehicle, and they traveled and then started heading back to where they're actually from, which might even be this town right here. Because to get there to Bel Air, they would have to come up and turn to the left and make it to Bel Air. So that might be prior to them making it to a big city that they can just blend in. Baltimore. Alright. Jackson described the man as white in his 20s, 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 150 to 160 pounds, clean shaven. Let's see. With short black hair and blue-green eyes. The store clerk did a routine check on the card and found that it was registered to Magaro. When the clerk looked up to question the man, he had left the store, vanished. The other man, being sought for questioning, was seen on the night of February 22nd near where Magaro's car was found. Police think he was a stranded motorist who might be able to provide useful information. He is described as white, 26 to 30 years old, 5'10", with black or dark brown hair, brown eyes, and a mustache. And now we're 1989, a couple years later. A Lebanon woman has asked a Dauphin County court to declare her daughter missing for more than 2 years legally dead. Sheree Marie Magaro, 30, Lower Swatara Township, had been missing since February 22nd, 1987, when her abandoned car was discovered, its interior covered with blood. Although her body was never found, Magaro's mother, Mary Grace Utes, told the court she believed her daughter is dead. President Judge Lee F. Swope postponed a decision on the request, but indicated that the court would most likely comply with Utes' request. According to reports, Utes last heard from her daughter as Magaro was preparing to leave a friend's house in Kennedysville, Maryland. So she actually called her mom first, said, "Hey, I'm on my way home." Her car, a 1972 Ford Torino, was discovered a few hours later, about 15 miles north of her friend's house. Blood tissue and hair that was matched to Magaro were found on a car door and a bumper jack in the trunk. Wow, hold on. So, was discovered a few hours later, about 15 miles north of her friend's house. Blood tissue and hair that was matched to Magaro were found on a car door and a bumper jack in the trunk. Wow, so did they smash her in the head with the bumper jack, or was she in? That's interesting. Magaro's son, Anthony Michael, was about 3 years old when she disappeared, and Utes told the court Magaro would never have abandoned him. Police investigating the disappearance told the court Magaro was probably a victim of murder. This is just some reference that was in a larger article here. This says state police released sketch. This is just saying 25 years ago. It's probably just rehashing something, like a remembering story. We feel like we are in limbo, like the black man has no symbol of his, well, let's see, where are we at? Oh, that's right here. State police released a sketch last Tuesday of 2 men wanted for questioning in the mysterious disappearance of Sheree and Magaro. That's all there was in that 2012. Who are you referring to, Cindy? Gray just welcomed Arlene. What does that mean? I don't get it. What? was last seen leaving her boyfriend's residence in Kent County, Maryland. Just snow was beginning to fall. Magaro wanted to return to her home in Harrisburg. The weather got too bad to return to work the following morning. Magaro was never seen or heard from again. Magaro's car was found abandoned and burned in a field off of Maryland Route 213 in Earlsville, Cecil County, Maryland, the next morning. Evidence at the scene indicated Magaro had died of blunt force trauma, so maybe that was the jack in the car. A white male attempted to use a credit card stolen from... So how did he get to the jack? I wonder if her car actually broke down for a minute or two, and the psycho, found her. The unidentified male left the store when the store personnel began to question the transaction. And this is in the Charlie Project, so we'll just read that. Magaro was last seen departing a friend's residence in Kentmore Park, Maryland on February 22nd, 1987 at approximately 9:45 p.m. Magaro was driving her gray four-door 1976 Ford Torino at the time. She was planning to drive back to her home in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. A severe snowstorm occurred in the Kentmore Park region the night Magaro was last seen. 18 inches of snow accumulated. She had wanted to get home before the weather became too bad to drive in. She never arrived home and has not been heard from again. Magaro's car was discovered the following morning at approximately 9:45 a.m. after someone made an anonymous call to the police about it. The vehicle was located in a field west of State Route 213, which is approximately 2 miles south of the Bohemian River Bridge. Located in a field west of 2 miles south of the Bohemian River Bridge, north of Cecilton in Maryland. Although the snow in the field was 16 to 18 inches deep, only 1 inch was under the car, which indicated it had been left there between 10:15 and 10:45 the previous night. So it's probably consistent with when she left the house. Hair, blood, and human tissue were discovered inside the car, and the interior had been partially burned. There was clothing scattered around the vehicle, which was in running condition with 7 gallons of gas in the tank. There was no blood on the ground around the car. Magaro's purse, her driver's license, and a tube of lipstick were on the ground about 100 yards from the car. The purse contained several expensive items of jewelry. Well, see, that's interesting, right? Because they didn't, God, maybe they didn't see it, I don't know. Witnesses reported seeing a Ford Mustang with Maryland license plates in the field with its hazard lights on. The Mustang's hazard lights were of a shape used only on models with the year 74, 78, 83, and 87. One witness saw a man standing next to the car talking to a woman who was in a car that resembled Magaro's vehicle. The man is described as 25 to 30 years old, 5'10", 170 pounds, with dark hair, brown eyes, and a mustache. An extensive search of the area turned up only one clue: a man's plaid shirt found along Route 213 a few miles from where the car was located. The shirt was blood-stained, and DNA tests later proved the blood was Magaro's. Months later, a trash cleanup crew found one of Magaro's credit cards near Whitehall Road, about 10 or 11 miles from where her car had been found. Authorities searched the area, but found nothing else of interest. Investigators believe that she was murdered by unknown suspects during the evening of her disappearance. They believe she died of blunt force trauma. A white male attempted to use one of Magaro's stolen credit cards to buy a television set at a Sears store in Bel Air, Maryland. After her car was found, the card was maxed out, so the man was unable to buy anything, and he left, leaving the card with the clerk. The man is described as 5'9", 160 pounds, with short black hair, blue or green eyes, and a dark complexion. He was in his 20s and claimed the card belonged to his wife. It is unknown if the man was involved in Magaro's presumed homicide, but he resembled the man seen talking to the woman in the car on the day of Magaro's disappearance. 2 sketches of both men are posted with the case summary. Magaro left behind a 4-year-old son. She taught modeling for a few years after graduating high school, then got a job as a secretary with Control Data Corp, a lottery machine manufacturer. Neither Magaro's ex-husband nor her fiancé are suspects in the case. Some agencies list Earlville, Maryland as a location of her disappearance. Her case remains unsolved. Wow, that's a crazy one, huh? Jeez. Let me check that one part out. Whitehall Road. Where the hell is that? Oh, weird. That 10 miles? No. Later, a trash cleaning crew found one of Magaro's credit cards near about 10 or 11 miles from where her car had been found. Okay, there you go. So a credit card was found on this road right here. That's about 10 miles. They also said it was 2 miles from the river down here, so it's probably so maybe more like right in that area. So that's where a car was found. Boyfriend's house, car found, and then right after that, the killer, for some reason, threw a credit card out in this area on this road. Probably checked through the purse. So that's probably what happened, is they pulled off here to see what they had. Tried to blend in, maybe parked in a mall area here to see what was in the purse. And then, or maybe even tried to use it there, I don't know. But then they drove around and then tried to use it over here. So you got this little curve right there. It's pretty interesting. God, that's crazy. Man. Isn't that weird how there's these cases like this nobody ever talks about, but they're interesting? Just as they are, and I think they need to retest that shirt if they've still got it. Hey, thanks, Linda Howe, for a notebook and a stress ball. Well, thank you very much. Anyways, I think that's all I got, you guys. My stomach's kind of acting up anyways, but that's all I had to cover tonight. So a little shorter, but last night was yesterday was 4 hours and 35 minutes, so maybe that'll make up for that. But anyways, I'll be back in just a second. Oops. Didn't mean to go in there. Hold on. Going on? Hey, did any of you guys watch the Jenny Penny Jenny Penny had me watch the Waco documentary on Netflix. It's pretty good. It kind of shows you how the government just absolutely screwed up. You know? Even though the guy that was at Waco is absolutely crazy, you know, David Koresh, absolutely nut job, you know, just. And all the people that believe in him are absolutely crazy as hell. The government just absolutely made they're just egotistical, maniacal wackos. Like even when they were starting to let their people go and they negotiated a deal, while they were doing that, they started crushing all of their cars just as an FU to the people in the church. And then they said, screw you, we're staying here. And then a little bit later, they're all dead, you know, just... I mean, both sides are nuts, but the government's at fault, 100%. All it was like they had illegal firearms, and then it ends up in the death of 70-something people. I mean, come on, you guys. They weren't doing anything, even though they're crazy as hell. They weren't doing anything to anybody else. And so, I don't know. Just seems like a total waste. It was crazy. Good night, Linda Howe, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, the one of the ladies is just so surviving cult members. She obviously is still a cult member. And she's crazy as hell. She was saying how, because he actually, David Koresh had sex with like 12-year-old girls. And then he made everybody else, he dissolved everybody's marriages. So how come all the cults are always the same? The guy running the cult makes it so that he gets to have sex with everybody else's wives and everybody loses their, it's the same in all of them. It's crazy. It's stupid.
For Jeff's Eyeglass Fund.
For Jeff's Eyeglass Fund. I didn't know he had an eyeglass fund. Ding 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 ding. He's got a little, his thumbs up. And she made an excuse. You know what she said? Well, in our religion, a woman becomes of age at 12. So it's okay for our leader to sexually abuse these children, but not for everybody else, okay? Because that's our religion. Give me a break, you moron. I mean, what a dumb... Whoever, that lady right there should just be removed from society by, like, either put in prison or just, like, you're just a moron, okay? I don't even know what to say. I just mean like lock her door, you know, I don't know, arrest her or something. I mean, I know you can't be arrested for your thoughts, but are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. Oh, it was terrible. Did you watch that, Bama Forever? It was just... And they even, like one guy, if you didn't agree, what was it? One of the officers or somebody was like, why should we do that? And then he was removed from the task force or whatever. And then one of the other ones was sent off to the Middle East because they weren't doing exactly what they wanted them to do. Yeah, man, that was insane. I don't know how they get sucked into that shit. I think you have to be weak-minded. There's usually something going on. You're sort of feeling left out, or you're lonely, or you know, whatever it is, and somehow you're vulnerable, and these idiots take over and they start feeding you these lines of stuff, and you get in there, oh yeah, this is great, we're all together. Well, guess what, everybody? Now you have to, all your marriages are dissolved. All the children are my kids now. And I get to have sex with all the different girls in here, and you guys, well, you just do whatever you're doing over there. Become friends with your hand or something. Because we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do... Don't you find it disturbing that all the cults are the same way? You know, James Jones, this guy. I mean, it's I don't know. It drives me insane. Once you hear that part, why don't you leave? I think even the guy that started, I don't know what his name is. John Smith, is that his name? The Mormon religion, he had something similar. I know, by the way, everybody give the leader all your money and everything. And then you build all the things, and it just sucks. It's weird how people get sucked into that. I want to know what actually happened at the end there, because the building caught on fire on 3 different locations at the same time. And I don't think that law enforcement did that, because that was actually part of what he was saying was going to happen. I think they did that, but I wonder if they did something to the kids before. I mean, they actually allowed their small little children to be burned alive in there. That's just. Yeah. Well, L. Ron Hubbard was a. He's part of that Waco cult, right? The Scientology. And make no mistake about it, that's exactly what it is. There's no other possibility of something else. It's just an absolute joke. Did you guys have ever watched that, where you make it all the way to the final thing? What are the levels called in there again? Like, and once you make it to the final one, you start over again. You spent millions of dollars to get to that high level, and oh yeah, by the way, there's nothing next. You just start over again. Yeah, and we strip you of everything, and we'll just start over, and you still pay. I didn't ask. So what are the levels called? Not the. There's some term. A generic term for the levels. I don't really think you're a troll, Jeff. Okay, but sometimes you just make these little random off comments that are like, what? You got to be able to take the crap every once in a while, Jeff, because you're always flinging it around. Yeah, it's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard of. I mean, Scientology is. I think it should be absolutely outlawed, and it's a. I think it's a. My opinion is that it's kind of like a. I'm not going to refer to what I think it is. Cult if you leave and they hunt you down and ruin your. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like the whole Leah Remini stuff. That's just amazing. Those are great shows that she was on. And then the other guy, I mean, that's on the show with her, he was one of the high up people in there. So he knows exactly what was going on. But it's weird, the thoughts in their head. It's interesting listening to him talking about how at the time it sort of made sense, but they thought stuff was weird. And then later they're like, oh, man, how did I believe that stuff? Oh yeah, that's right. Once you're clear, they call it, after you got to the highest level, then you start over again. It's like when you play the video game and it gets to the very top, and then it just starts over again. Yeah. Well, anyways, you guys, that's it. All right. I don't have much more to do. So, as a matter of fact, 0. Wasn't sure how long those were going to take. So, thank you to Cindy Lynn, Peter Eugenie, Real Laney Jones, Lane Dune, Plato, Traveling Teresa, Adniram, Danielle, Bama Forever, Mary Crossley, Arlene C., Not Your Average Chick, Linda Howe, Tawny Lee, Kathy Chapin, and Jim Law. All right. Then also Linda Molden Howe, or Linda Howe on PayPal for a notebook. Yep. Tom Cruise is the most famous member. Did you, JP William? I didn't see it. If you did, it didn't show up on my end. Anybody see that? Because no, you don't get to spin on the list, JP William, because it didn't show up on the. It's not in there. Can you show me where it says that? Let me go look somewhere else. Maybe I can see it. But no, the answer is no if you didn't send it in. Yeah. Yeah, let me go look. Let me go look. I don't remember seeing your name either. Oh yeah, actually I think some got skipped in here. So yeah, Cheryl Bullock, Kathy Friedenmaker, Danielle, Mag, twice, Swerves, Vanessa Dance. So my program cut off like the first 10 people or so. Ash Snow, JP William, and K Me earlier. So I think you should be in there because I caught everybody. Let me see. Do I have it? Yes, you're already in the spin. So I caught everybody as they were going along, but it didn't have the 10 or so were missing. I had to go to on the YouTube. See, on YouTube you have to go to the super chat area if the, what do you call it, control panel that I get to see during the show, if it gets closed down, you open it up, sometimes it skips names that were on there. But I catch them all most of the time as they're happening. So thank you. I obviously saw your name because I put it in there, but I didn't remember it in my head. Sometimes I'm talking about something and then I grab it and put it over there, but I'm doing something else. All right, here we go. Miraculously got into the spin because of a couple, the couple of them there. Wouldn't have made it otherwise. Yeah, Bama Forever and oh, well, I mean, everybody put it into there, but it's a lot of times it's like it feels lucky when it's like two big ones get it in there. But that's why they get more chances at the spin. So, anyways, here we go. Wow, so I look better than Tom Cruise? Because you never said I had a squashed face. Alright, here we go. Oh, hey, thanks, Sluice and Sandals. We'll throw you in there right at the buzzer. Hold on a second. right, you're in the spin there, Sleuth in Sandals. Thank you. All right. No way. All right, here we go. This is for a notebook. Well, look, it's going to be a blank. Oh. All right. Bama Forever. Do you want the notebook, Bama Forever, if you're still out there? The door handles section. Good night, D. Soon. Okay, spin again. All right. There we go. Oh, it's Mag this time. You want the notebook, Mag? Well, you probably got 19 of them and 47 other things. Sleuth in Sandals. Maybe put you in there again. Here we go. Yeah, Bama wanted me to respin. So Mag wants to spin again. Alright. Got it better odds every time, everybody. Here, let me check something out here. Yeah. Oh, Marie, I think Marie Crossley, I kind of screwed over. I'm going to add Marie Crossley on for tomorrow night too. I was just realizing your name is only in there once, but it should be in there 10 times. Okay. So who won that last? Who won it? Oh yeah, Cheryl. Okay. All right, I'm going to put Marie Crossley in there for 10 times tomorrow. She had a shot tonight. Alright, there we go. And also, Howell. Okay. So I've got tomorrow, some people already in there. I don't know. Yes, I have. I don't remember anything about it, but it was covered, a long time ago. Probably 2000 maybe. Lived in Brugg. Michael Henry Jr. 10 supermarket. I don't remember anything about it. Let's see what it says. Last seen riding a neon pink Huffy. I kind of remember it already now. Bike with yellow control cable sidewall. She was wearing a white t-shirt with First National Bank, white shorts with green stripes, white ankle socks, and white turquoise. She left her home on Brugg Street in I think I almost remember this. In New Mexico. Let's see. It was like in a rural area. Oh yeah, I thought we did this somewhat recently. I think, I don't know. Anyways, New Mexico to go on a bike ride at 9:30, September 20th, 1988. She rode her mother's bicycle as her own was damaged. She was last seen riding along Highway 47. Calico biked this route daily during a routine 36-mile ride. She was 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. Yeah. Oh, do they think that that's the girl in that image with the other kid? All right. Anyways, thank you guys very much for being here tonight and supporting the channel. We'll just keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? So we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you, mods, for getting all the trolls that are in here, especially that Jeff guy. Boy, he's wow. And anyways, thank you guys very much. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, peace. Safe out there. Boom. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for thought those were interesting stories anyways. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person
the whole time.
that is a crime dissector, drug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Grader's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking checked ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody?
Good night, everybody. Jay.
Good job. Little hold at the end, but not too bad.
Oh, thanks, Gray. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I just said that.
I know, but I wanted to say it too.
Okay, goodbye, Mary Lou.
Goodbye, Gray.
Jesus. Oh, wait, you guys want me to do the flyby? That's right. I gotta do the flyby. Forgot all about the flyby, man. Hold on a second. I can't leave because I promised to do the flyby. Where is that damn thing? God, what a good catch, right? Before, just at the very end, when it was all done, I realized that I had forgotten what Danielle wanted to do, the flyby at the end of the show. Isn't that amazing? So where is it? Yeah, you just gotta do this. So these are the only areas I gotta put the terrain on. 3D building. That work now. Yeah, there we go. It's there. See? Sorry, guys. That's the Halloween one.
Ta-ta! Everybody, thank you.
Oh, Jesus. All right, there you go, everybody. The flyby actually happened. At the last second, the last moment. Grant Hughes investigates using the incredible brain power, was able to remember to do the flyby just at the last second. I mean, God.
Well, couldn't you have remembered earlier? If you had superior brain power?
Well, that's a good point. Right. I mean, I should have remembered it before I said goodnight to everybody. All right, thanks, Mary Lou, for pointing out that my brain is just normal, I guess.
That's right, Grant, that's right. As long as you know that. All right, everybody, see you later.
Wow. All right. Be safe out there, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Wow, Mary Lou's going nuts over here. Jesus.